Okay, so we're going to start. This is the part one of TOEFL exam. I want you to listen the instructions, and then we're going to do the test individually, all right?
Describe the qualities of a good teacher and explain why these qualities are effective. Include details and examples to support your explanation.
As you can see, the task is very clear. And what you have to do here is describe. Describe qualities of a good teacher. And then you have to explain why these qualities are effective in the students' learning. So first, I would like to elicit some vocabulary related to qualities. What qualities of a good teacher can you mention? Volunteers? For example, one quality is patience. What other qualities can you think of?
Confident.
Excellent. Confidence. So the teacher has to be confident. All right? Confidence is the noun. Confident is the adjective. All right? Patience is the noun. Patient with T is the adjective. Remember, it's very important that you use the sentence correctly. For example, if you said, I think a teacher should have, a teacher should have, what do you use? The noun or the adjective? What do you think is the correct answer?
Patient. Patient.
The first, right? Patience. That's correct. You have to say patience. A teacher should have a lot of patience. All right, so this is what you need to use, patience. A teacher should have a lot of patience, and you have to say why, no? Because it's important, because blah, blah, blah. Students sometimes have problems when learning something, so the teacher should should be patient. Okay, now you have the adjective, should be patient. So let's continue with other qualities. More qualities?
Punctual.
Punctuality, maybe.
Punctuality.
The quality, punctuality. Okay, this is punctuality. It's a good, yeah, that's a good quality. Punctuality is important too. The adjective would be punctual, to be punctual. And punctual, punctuality. Any other qualities?
Clear. He have clean explication.
Easy to understand. It has to be easy to understand. Or you can say clear.
Clear, no?
Clear. It has to be clear when explaining things. I think a teacher should be clear when explaining things. She should be clear. And now you have to say why. Well, because it's important. I would say other qualities, for example, a teacher dynamic. It has to be dynamic, smart, creative, fun. These are more like fun or funny. Good methodology. Very good. He needs to have a good methodology and knowledgeable. You know, knowledgeable. No, knowledgeable. Knowledgeable means like he has to know his topic. Knowledgeable. Knowledge, knowledgeable. So you have here some phrases. Repeat. Patience.
Patient.
Patient.
Friendship.
Confidence.
Confident.
Confident.
confident,
punctuality,
punctuality,
punctual,
Quality.
punctual,
Punctual.
easy to understand,
easy to
Easy to
understand,
understand.
clear when explaining things,
clear when explaining things,
dynamic,
dynamic,
creative,
creative,
smart,
smart,
fun,
fun,
funny,
funny,
good
You may
methodology,
begin to
knowledgeable. All right?
No, sorry.
knowledgeable,
What does it mean of knowledgeable?
Knowledge,
Conocimiento, güey?
knowledgeable, yeah, he has to be knowledgeable, means he has to know about his subject, that he has a knowledge, okay, of the subject that he's
Se
teaching.
pronuncia no, low, ¿cómo se pronuncia, perdón?
Knowledgeable, knowledgeable.
knowledge,
Knowledge
okay,
is the verb, knowledge. Knowledgeable is the adjective. Knowledge, knowledgeable,
Knowledge.
knowledgeable,
knowledgeable. Okay, and he has to be knowledgeable. And you have to say why. Why is it important that a teacher have these qualities, right? So remember, this is 45 seconds, so you have to choose only one or two, the most important. For example, I would choose, what qualities would you choose?
patient,
Patient, patient,
patient,
patient,
patient,
maybe creative, no? Dynamic, no more, okay? Or maybe fun, no? Funny. It has to be funny because, and you have to say that, no? Because sometimes students get bored in class, so he has to be very dynamic, very fluent, very fun. No, he has to give good examples. He has to be easy to understand because sometimes the topics are difficult and so on. Always saying why. Now, I want you to, now, you have to do the task. Describe the qualities of a good teacher. And you can also, remember, you can give an example. For example, when I was in school, I had a teacher who was very creative. He was very easy to understand. He used a lot of dynamics in class. So for me, that was a good thing because I always pay attention to his lessons. And I felt very, very happy, very excited in his lessons. All right? You have to give an example if possible. And you have to do it very, very quickly because it's only 45 seconds. You cannot waste time. All right? Okay, so we're going to work in pairs. Okay, activate your cameras, please. Thank you. All right. So we're going to do this task in pairs. Remember, 45 seconds. Alex, check the time, please. Check the time. 5 seconds. Start, please.
okay, okay.
Okay. Now, remember, Eddie, you can start well. In my opinion, I think the qualities of a good teacher are punctuality, good methodology, dynamics. Okay. Try to give the phrases the complete sentence. Okay. In my opinion, the qualities of a good teacher are punctuality, funny, good methodology, and punctuality. No more. Okay. And then you explain.
Well, in my opinion, uh, a good teacher uh, should have a lot the patient, um, the punctuality, dynamic, creativity, uh, in but the good methodology.
No, knowledgeable, no? Knowledgeable.
Knowledgeable.
Extending.
Knowledgeable.
Knowledgeable. Okay. I think this qualities is very important for me, no?
Okay, that's good. That's interesting. And you, Carlos? Carlos Valle?
Maybe the more important is a hands-on. Maybe a teacher need more hands-on.
Handsome.
And maybe this is a characteristic special, but other hand maybe well, I think this is a good teacher. I always say the same. It's a is an excellent teacher, and maybe help us other our goals. Maybe in the future is very important. Uh, I trust you, Miguel. Is a
Oh,
different person, and
The best teacher.
maybe Marina say a different note about me.
okay. Oh, thank you. You're talking about me. Okay, that's good. Okay, but you can talk about in general, okay? Because this is about
Okay.
in
In
general. It's about the qualities of a good teacher in general. First, Cueva, what about you? You have 45 seconds. Come on, you can start.
Okay, in my mind, I think teachers do have a lot of patience and fun, no? Because they need to catch the attention and the influence from the students, no? To help achieve their goals, no? I think it's not easy to learn a new language, but it depends of the. I think it depends of the characteristics of the teacher to help a student for improving their knowledge in the new language.
Perfect, good. You have 45 seconds. Remember, one moment. Okay. Remember that you have to give the reason, right? Because no, look, I think the most important quality of a good teacher is to be dynamic because students need to get engaged with the lesson. They need to be motivated because if they are not motivated, they won't learn much. On the other hand, on the other hand, I also think that it's important that a teacher has a lot of patience, uh, basically specifically for children, for example. Okay, and you give an example and so on. Okay, let's go to the main session, and in the main session, I'm going to give you more vocabulary about this. Okay, let's go. You can start like, well, to my mind, or to my opinion, blah blah blah, and you can use a superlative, right? The most important quality, yes,
Yes.
Yes,
quality uh, of a good teacher is, and you explain, no, is what? Is patience, or is creativity, or is what else? Punctuality, or is to be easy to understood, etc. And
Good
then
mood. Maybe good
uh,
mood.
yeah, well, to my mind, the most important quality of a good teacher is
Good
a
mood.
good
Maybe
is
surely.
is a good mood is to have a good mood. But you have to say why, no? Because this is important for the children. So. On the other hand, no, you can say, on the other hand, you have to use. I also believe that uh, it's important to be another idea. Okay. On the other hand, I also believe that it's important to be because, and always saying the reason. Now, what is okay? I want you to describe the qualities of a good teacher and explain why these qualities are effective. Include details and examples to support your explanation. You have 45 seconds.
I
Start.
begin.
Yes.
Okay. Well, to my the most important quality for the good teacher is maybe have a good mood, um, a lot of patience to the student. Um, Maybe it's the most important skills to learn someone students, um, because I think the to the student learn a new idiom maybe, or new material or subjects. You need put love. and put patients in
Okay. All
this
right.
activity.
Thank you very much. Sorry to interrupt you, but time is over. Remember, it's 45 seconds. You have to be faster in your ideas, okay? Try to make
Okay,
it,
teacher.
try to say the ideas a little bit faster. Okay, it's good. There are some mistakes, but it's okay. You said patience. Repeat, patience.
Patience.
Patience. This is the noun. To have a good quality for a teacher is to have a lot of patience. All right, and also to be what did you say? Other characteristic, other that you explained, Valles. What was the other one?
Good mood.
A good mood. To have a good
Yes.
mood. Also, it's important that a teacher has a good mood because. All right, thank you. What about Pinto? What about you?
Oh, okay.
You can
Okay.
start.
Okay. From my point of view, the qualities most remarkable there are for instance, in patients, number one, no? Because there are students who want to learn more. No, it's possible. Besides other quality, is confidence, dynamic, and smart. No, basic. This point, no. But appears to me that there are more quality, no, qualities in addition to have good methodology, knowledgeable and dynamic, no.
Thank you so
Eh,
much. Thank you so much. Sorry to interrupt you. Time is over. All right. Okay, Carlos, you mentioned some good qualities. Remember that don't over give too many qualities because if you just mention, you won't have time to explain to talk about them. Try to choose two or three most important, no more. All right,
okay,
and then you concentrate on explain why are these important. So it's much better to use a few qualities and explain them in detail than just to mention many and don't say much about this. Why are these qualities important for being a good teacher? There was
okay.
a phrase that you used basically. You said basically. Basic,
Basically, no.
basically, and you said, well, no? Básicamente, because, and in the first part, you said, from my point of view, right? The phrase is, from my point of view.
Mhm.
Okay, from my point of view, the most important quality of a teacher is to be patient, and because
There are most qualities.
there are a lot of qualities, a
A
lot.
lot, okay.
There are a lot of qualities. However, the most important ones are this, this, and this. No more. Next, Cueva. What about you? You have 45 seconds to start.
Okay. So, well, to my point of view,
Sorry, from
I
my
think
point of view.
there are a lot of qualities.
Mhm.
Well, to my point of view, there are a lot of qualities, but I think the most important is uh, 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 to be patient.
Mhm.
Uh, I think that because there are students that sometimes it could be difficult to learn fast compared with other students. Um, and also the other hand, I also believe that
Thank
the
you.
teacher must
Thank
be
you.
fun.
Madi, come, come.
Time is over.
Yeah, come. Okay, thank you so much. Time's over. Remember, you have only 45 seconds. You have to do it quickly, okay? Very quickly.
Uh,
Alex, finally, your turn. What about you? You can start.
Okay. Well, to my mind, the most important quality of the good teacher is to the patient, dynamic, creative, and funny. because probably is the different topics is difficult to understand. For example, no philosophy or physical, no, is very difficult to understand. But probably the very good teacher is clear when you explain the things topic.
Okay,
Probably
thank you.
understands limitations.
All right, thank you very much. Time is over. It's only okay. Okay, you said physics. You said physics. The same tip, Alex. Try not to nominate too many qualities because then you won't have time to explain about them. Try to use one or two. Okay. So I think the most important quality for a good teacher is to be patient and dynamic. Well, patient because it's important. You know, some students have difficulties when learning, and also they don't learn the same way. And on the other hand, dynamic because students get bored. They sometimes need to have fun in the lesson, so it's important too.
Yeah.
That basically that. Don't nominate like try to more explain because what they want to see is your vocabulary, your grammar, right? All this in context. Eddie, do you have an answer? Describe the good qualities of a good teacher. Can you? Right.
Yes.
What qualities are very important for a good teacher to be a good teacher, Eddie? What do you think?
Uh, um, I think that it's important that teacher had good attitude
Very
maybe
good.
to teach and to teach to teach and to teach and understand the student
Perfect. Excellent.
like punctuality punctuality patience
Patience.
many qualities for patient many qualities for English no he has explored the best of use
Of us. Okay. Excellent. Very good ideas, no?
on,
A
on
good.
us no
That's a good point. You can take notes about that. No? Good attitude. What else did you mention? Good attitude. Understand the students. You said, right? Did you understand the students?
yeah bye
So those are good points. Remember, you have to develop good ideas, right? Good ideas. So the examiner, the person who evaluates, is going to, well, that's a good point. That's something interesting.
Seconds to speak.
Now,
Some people like to cook their own meals at home. Others prefer to eat in a restaurant or a cafeteria. Which do you prefer and why? Include details and examples in your explanation.
well, remember that the phrase is from my point of view. Okay, repeat, from my point of view.
From my point
from my
of view.
phone
From my
From
point
my
of view.
point of view.
Of view. From my point of view. Quickly. Okay, well, from my point of view, try to say the phrase quickly. All right? Then you said to my mind, you say, oh, well, to my mind, I prefer to eat in a cafeteria or in a restaurant because, or in my home because, etc. All right? In pairs, you have to discuss. Remember, take your time, 45 seconds only.
What do you like, no? What do you like? What do you prefer? You eat in your home or in a restaurant, no?
Okay.
What do you
Yes,
what do
yes,
you
yes.
prefer?
Okay. Well, from my point of view, I think it depends on the situation. No? For example, if I am in my days off at home, uh, I I prefer sometimes to cook at home, no? Because I think it's more health and 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 cheap, no? Because nowadays uh, about the pandemic, it's necessary for me to not spend
Mm.
much money,
Okay.
you know. But however, And the weekend, yeah, I prefer to go out with my family and eat at a restaurant.
Of protein is because it's I practice where I before I practice exercise and different sports, and so I need a cantidad, no, cantidad, ¿cómo se dice? Una cantidad de, a cantidad of
Quantity.
nutrition.
Quantity, protein.
¿Cómo?
Okay, stop.
Okay.
All
It's
right.
a turn of Miguel. Take your moment.
Okay. Well, I prefer I cook my home, but it's very hard. I like the cooking. For me, it's very easy. And on the other hand, depends on the different restaurants. For example, el pollo a la brasa. I know I don't have the cooking. I prefer the restaurant, no?